What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 6 of Shotlocked to Kingdom Hearts. This is the podcast where I talk about everything Kingdom Hearts, the news, current aspects of Kingdom Hearts, and, new things about Kingdom Hearts. And before I start this episode, I want to say kind of a quick thing, which I mentioned last episode too. If you guys have any ideas for future segments you want in this show and you want me to integrate into the show, to sometimes replace postings, because the postings is where I talk about news and that can be very dated. And when I try to pre-record episodes, it's kind of hard to record sometimes. So if you guys have any future segment ideas you want me to add into the show, let me know. Maybe I could add into the show in the future and kind of have postings as a segment, which isn't always every 2 weeks, but I just put it in sometimes. But and other than that, when I first thought of this show, it's not always gonna. I kind of envisioned it not to always be me and just be me in this show. At some point, I do want to do it with other people. So if you guys have any suggestions of who you want to see on this podcast, so it'd be pretty much the same podcast, but instead of me just giving my ideas, it'd be me talking to someone and us bouncing ideas off each other. And naturally, I guess the episode would be longer. So if there's any other person you want me to see record with, some Kingdom Hearts YouTuber or someone else in general you want me to record with, let me know, put down in the comments below, and maybe one day I'll contact them and ask them if they want to do it, and maybe we could just set some time to do it. It'll be kind of hard since with university it's hard for me to make episodes, and my notes are getting more sparser as the more episodes I'm getting, because with university I just don't really have time to put good notes. Like, these notes are like pretty ass. I don't even have notes for the news section, but we'll see how that goes. But if you have anyone you want to see on this show and you just want to see them talk about this stuff, just put it down in the comments below, and hopefully I'll get to record with them one day. But other than that, let's just get straight into the postings. Welcome to the postings. This is the segment where I talk about Kingdom Hearts news, whether it be new or old. I just give my opinion on it. Now, I have zero notes for this, is because there's been kind of a lot of Kingdom Hearts news lately and I didn't know what to talk about. And recently, from when I'm recording this, a new trailer got revealed for Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, this probably isn't the trailer you're thinking of by the time this comes out. This is... when am I recording? I'm recording September 15th, so that's how you know how old this is. Probably like a month old from when you're watching it. But pretty much we got the Big Hero 6 trailer, or at least a shortened version. So this is pre-TGS. Tokyo Game Show, and we got the kind of like that 1 minute 30-second trailer, and I kind of want to talk about it a bit, give my opinion on it. I've seen a lot of people make videos talking about it, reacting to it, and I just want to give my 2 cents on the trailer. So the trailer, first of all, we finally get a look of the world of Big Hero 6, which is San Francisco. And before I even get into that, I just want to say Big Hero 6, I love that movie. I really, really love that movie. One of my favorite animated movies. I love the look of the movie. It's so colorful. San Francisco is a beautiful looking world, and I can't wait to actually play through it. I love the characters. I love the entire concept. I love Baymax. I just love the movie in general. So seeing when it got revealed for Kingdom Hearts 3, I was beyond excited, and now that we actually see how it looks, man, it's mind-blowing how good the Kingdom shader looks. Like, this looks like the movie. Like, when they were showing the scenes of Baymax fly in, when you see, I forgot her name, the girl with the discs on her feet, kind of rollerblade around, it looks just like the movie. It looks friggin' amazing, and I can't wait to play in San Francisco. But those are like my initial reactions when I first saw the trailer. It looked amazing. It's kind of funny seeing it in Japanese, like Baymax, how like a robotic voice in Japanese. It's just kind of funny seeing it like that, similar to like how we saw Toy Story and them have Japanese voices. But other than that, they did show a few other things. We saw some clips with Vanitas in his main muscle fibery suit, not the organization code. The organization code is something I never talked about too. It's kind of cool, kind of weird. I wonder why he's wearing that. I know he's probably, I don't know if he's going to be part of the new Organization 13 because of who he is, but then like we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we see him with his original suit, and I wonder like why he's in that suit. Maybe that's kind of flashback, maybe it's in the middle of the game, I don't know. We also have this one section where Vanitas is talking where it starts flickering through a lot of different parts of Kingdom Hearts, and there's a few kind of things we can take out of it. One thing that a lot of people noticed is that we finally see how Roxas looks in this new engine, and just by looking at him I can tell he's pretty early on right now. This isn't like he's not looking his best right now. He kind of looks like how Ven looked in 0.2. I think it was 0.2. I remember there's some cutscene where we see Ben laying down in his casket type thing, and he didn't look that good. He looked like how 0.2 looks, which is okay. It's like the graphical level isn't to the Kingdom Hearts 3 level yet, and that's pretty much how Roxas is looking. And since like obviously we didn't have a good look at Roxas, he's literally in one photo on the corner of the screen, and the trailer quality wasn't amazing. At least the one I saw it pretty early on. I've only watched like 2 times, so like I'm kind of going off memory. But yeah, we did have a look at him. I want to see how he actually looks, like close up, because Sora looks completely different too. Like him with his old clothes and new clothes, like it even looks like his face changes. We have a new looking Sora. We have a new looking Riku too. Like Riku's eyes are, I think, a different color too. Now I swear to God, his eyes used to be like turquoise, like very bright turquoise. Now they're kind of like a muted greenish turquoise, which looks really nice. And obviously Kyrie looks really different with the haircut too. And I guess everything I'm talking about right now is new. I never talked about any of this on my channel. When a new trailer comes out, I'm not really amped to do like a reaction. A lot of those just come off kind of overreacty, because when I'm watching a trailer I'm usually like, oh, that's cool, and the whole trailer would be the whole reaction would be like that. But this trailer I really liked. And another thing a lot of people were talking about in this trailer, which is kind of, I didn't notice, even when people start talking about it, I'm like, well, what are you talking about? I don't really see it. Is they think Xion is in this trailer. Now I don't really have a say of whether she is in this trailer or not. I finally found the frame what people are talking about, because people are just saying Xion's in the trailer, and I watched the trailer again, I'm like, I don't see it. Then I watched it again, I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Then I found there's like during the scene where they're showing a lot of snippets of different clips, there's a scene of where someone's going like this, and like the camera's shooting from here, and you just see like pretty much like their lower chin and their arm, and the person's wearing an organization suit, they have gray hair, and people think that's Xion. Now whether that is Xion, I have no idea. People are kind of like transposing images of Xion in that same pose from 358 over 2 days and saying, oh look, the hair looks the same. When I saw that, I thought it was young Xehanort, to be honest. I still think it is, to be honest. I don't think it's Xion. I don't know why she would be Norted too. How she even back, but I'm still thinking it's young Xehanort. Maybe there's more evidence of being Xion. I don't know. I didn't see that much. But I just thought it was young Xehanort automatically. And then when I went back to see it, it still seems like young Xehanort to me. I looked at young Xehanort early in the trailer, and he has like, a tuft of hair here. He has a longer one. And they both go under his chin. And then he has like some at the back. And then when I went to that scene, it was the same thing. He had like some hair here, some goes under your chin, and some at the back. So honestly, it just looks like young Xehanort to me. Maybe I'm missing something. It doesn't seem like Xion to me. But and usually the simplest solution is the best. So I think it is young Xehanort still. But if there is some more compelling evidence of it being Xion, especially since I'm recording a month early, maybe at this point they confirmed it is Xion in the extended trailer, then feel free to freak out in the comments. But other than that, there wasn't like anything too amazing in the trailer. We did see some combat in San Francisco. The Heartless look really cool. The combat looks really cool. I really like the Keyblade actually, because I can't remember how the hilt looks, but I remember I froze at one point where you can see it clearly. But I think it's kind of Baymax inspired. And then the actual, what's I forgot the main part of the Keyblade, like the teeth and the main part of the Keyblade. It's made out of the nanobot things in Big Hero 6. I never watched the movie in a long time. I forgot what they're exactly called, but like the black nanobots that he uses, they're made out of that. So it looks pretty cool. I like the design. It's pretty simple. It doesn't have too much going on, and I kind of like how it is. It'd be pretty awesome, which I know they're not gonna do, if his Keyblade was actually more dynamic and it wasn't a static Keyblade. So as he hit, like the nanobot part of his Keyblade kind of like came apart and swooshed a bit, so it was kind of more flexible looking. I feel like that'd be a kind of cool thing to do for that world, because obviously they are basing it off the nanobot things from Big Hero 6, and if they actually kind of came apart at points while you're fighting, it would make it look more dynamic and make it seem like it's actually made out of that. But it probably won't be. It probably just something they kind of took it as a design element, and we won't get any more than that. But other than that, I don't think there's more to talk about the trailer. I don't think I'm missing anything. San Francisco, we saw Vanitas, Xemnas, Ansem. We saw some of the organization members we've seen. What people think is Xion. We saw Roxas, and there wasn't more than that, I think. And obviously we saw all the other characters from Big Hero 6. We obviously saw Hero. We saw the girl with the wheels. I think her name is Gogo, or someone else. We have the dude. I think one of them is called Wasabi. I think that might be the bigger dude. We have the guy in the dinosaur suit. I forgot his name too. Fred. I think his name is Fred. I can't wait to see him. I feel like him and Sora, best friends. And other than that, I don't know. I wonder how the partner system is gonna work. Maybe they showed in the trailer. Actually, I'm an idiot. They probably showed in the trailer who Sora's partners are. But like, is it just gonna be like Baymax and Hero? Do you maybe switch it with his friends? Maybe do you have all his friends? I feel like that'd be too much. But it'd be kind of cool to see how it goes and how we see more. I wonder what's in the extended trailer. I feel like we're gonna get extended parts of the fast snippet part that we saw. Hopefully we actually get a good look at Roxas. Hopefully get to confirm if that was young Xehanort or Xion or someone else. But yeah, at the end of the day, I really like this trailer, and that's pretty much all I want to talk about the postings. This is or maybe will be a shorter episode. Like I mentioned in my last episode, I am in university again, and because of that, I don't really have that much time to record. But the reason I even started this podcast is even with me being busy, I should be able to pre-record in advance and have enough episodes to still go out in a timely manner. And if there is maybe one time where I do have to skip an episode, hopefully you guys are okay with it. But other than that, let's just go to the reflecting report. Welcome to the Reflecting Report, where I talk about current aspects of Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, before I start talking, I need to drink water. My throat is killing me. Alright, so in this Reflecting Report, we're going to be talking about the graphics, or the art style, or the visuals in general of the Kingdom Hearts games. Now, we've come a long way, honestly, and something I've always said, and I'm sure everyone said, is that when we were playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and we've seen how that game looks, we've seen how Kingdom Hearts 1 looked, and they both pretty much the same art style, and we were waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. We were expecting Kingdom Hearts 3 just to be more of Kingdom Hearts 2 in terms of the art style. It's pretty much going to be a new story, new characters, but it's going to look exactly the same, and that's what we all expected. And when they first showed the new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, that's why we all freaked out, I feel like, because it looked different. Kingdom Hearts 3 being confirmed was one thing in itself, obviously, and it's something, I don't know why, it's just something I didn't really expect at all. I just thought it was a given, but seeing the new art style is what really, kind of like got me like really excited. And that was even something where my older brother, he doesn't really care for Kingdom Hearts that much, but when he saw the initial trailer, he's like, whoa, it actually looks different. And seeing how it is now, it looks amazing. And the Kingdom shader, I don't know what kind of black magic voodoo bullshit they're using for Kingdom Hearts 3, but I don't understand how you can make a shader which is so adaptive. How we're in the toy box in the Toy Story world, where they look just like toys, they fit into the world perfectly, and it looks better than the original movie. In the freaking parts of the Caribbean world where they look so real, like Sora almost looks creepy in a way because he's so real. He has freaking real teeth. Donald, you can see his ruffled feathers, you can see Goofy, looking more realistic. I think you can see his fur too. It's just so crazy how adapted the Kingdom shader is. And even in the Big Hero 6 world in San Francisco, everything looks good. The colors are freaking popping. Hero and Baymax and everyone literally look like they're from the movie. It legit looks like you just took Sora, put him in the movie, and that's pretty much what the dream has always been for Kingdom Hearts. Like when we've seen Sora in different worlds, we've kind of expected like, obviously he's not gonna look like the movie. You gotta kind of suspend your imagination a bit and just like imagine like he's in the worlds of the movies, and either you're gonna be going with the story of the movie or it's gonna be an original story. But now you really don't have to suspend anything. It literally looks like the movie, which is so awesome, and I can't wait to see how that looks with every single world. So the visuals is just like upgraded to such an amazing point, and like not even just the graphics. I feel like something that Kingdom Hearts doesn't get enough credit for is their visual effects that they have during the combat. Now, one thing I've always known, I don't know if I've talked about this before, is that the effects in Kingdom Hearts 2, when you're fighting with the Keyblade, the stars that pop up when you hit enemies, when you're using like the ultimate weapon, you have even more. You have like these light swirls when you're fighting like the Data Battle Roxas, like those pillars of light that come at you, the light orbs that come at you. Kingdom Hearts is the best at that, in my opinion, because Kingdom Hearts 2 on the PS4 looks amazing, and it's not like they didn't touch any of those light effects. I'm pretty sure maybe if there's like a texture they had to make more high definition, they did, but the actual effects of the particles bouncing off, the actual MP bubbles, the actual like the light and darkness effects they have in certain areas, that all is the same. That's all that was created at the time of the PS2 in that era, and it still looks amazing, and in my opinion it's still something that supersedes any other game in terms of visual effects during combat. And I'm happy to see in Kingdom Hearts 3 they're doing the same thing. When you're fighting with the Keyblade, you see these cool particles, and you're still seeing those cool effects, and it just looks so amazing to me, especially the light, the streaks of light that you get when you're using your Keyblade, and like any kind of light effect they have in the game, because they found a way for it to look so bright and make it look so organic, where it just doesn't look like some random like a picture they just put. And I really like that. I really like that effect they have going on, and hopefully they do, show even more of that, or even a more evolved version in Kingdom Hearts 3, because again, this is stuff that they did in the PS2 era. They can obviously keep it the same in Kingdom Hearts 3, but hopefully they have even more things like that. But something that does have me a bit worried is that the reason you got so much of that cool stuff in the PS2 era is that they had to limit themselves based on the hardware. So all those effects that you got were all 2D, and I think that's the thing that really helped the game out. The MP bubbles and the HP orbs were 2D. When you're fighting, all those light effects, they're all 2D. Obviously there are some things which are 3D in the gameplay, like the light orbs and you're fighting Roxas and the pillars, but for the most part, the little effects that you have while you're fighting, they're all 2D, and because of that, it kind of added a bit of character in the visual style of Kingdom Hearts. And one thing I'm worried about is that in Kingdom Hearts 3 they're going to go more for a 3D approach, because obviously they have hardware that can handle it. They can handle more objects on the screen at the same time, and I wasn't really worried about this initially, because I'm like, they're obviously going to keep it the same, but then I've seen that they are changing it. For one of the examples is that I'm pretty sure the MP bubbles and the HP orbs are 3D now when I last took a look, and that's it as shown by the MP bubbles not even being bubbles now, they're just blue orbs, I'm pretty sure, from what I saw before. And on one hand that makes sense, the MP orbs being blue, because for a first time player I feel like bubbles kind of makes no sense for MP. Like, why is it MP? Green orb should be for health, blue orb should be for MP. That makes sense. But then having it 3D, I feel like I don't think that's necessary. I feel like when you had a 2D, there was some kind of character to it by seeing the HP orbs, even the money and the MP as 2D, where you had the feeling that when you ended a large battle and then you had like the shit ton of money and HP orbs on the ground, and at the end of the battle they just all swirl to you. I feel like in Kingdom Hearts 3 you're not going to be getting that as much, because like, even though obviously the hardware is more advanced, but having a lot of small 3D objects on the ground I feel like would be a bit taxing, especially the amount which I'm imagining, because there are points in Kingdom Hearts 2 where if you just fighting a shit ton of enemies and you just finish a battle and you look back and there's like a sea of like HP orbs, MP orbs and money on the ground, and you just walk through it and get all of them. And I love how, since it's 2D, they just like spin around you and just like come to you. And I feel like in 3D some of that effect and character might be lost, and I feel like it will be, but it's a natural thing to do, because even though they can do 3D, it is easier usually to work in 3D for things like that, and it's better for future proofing. If it's 2D, you're obviously gonna have to worry about textures and updating the textures. If they are gonna be, if they're getting support for the PS4 Pro, I feel like they are, or the Xbox One X, they're gonna obviously have to upres every texture, and having the HP orbs and the MP orbs as 3D objects is saving time and resources to not have to upres the 2D texture, since they are 3D models. So I guess that's okay in its own way, but hopefully the main effects of hitting with the Keyblade and those particles coming out, any particle or visual effects they have, hopefully at the end of the day they do keep it 2D. That's something that I just hope they keep, because that is a distinct visual style that I honestly don't see that many people talking about, and that's the first thing I actually think about when people talk about the graphics of Kingdom Hearts 2, because I've had times where people say like, Kingdom Hearts 2 is an ugly looking game, and I'd be like, no, I honestly don't agree with that. In my opinion, Kingdom Hearts 2 is the best looking game on the PS2. And when I say that, I'm not talking about the graphics only. That's such like a surface level way to look at something. I'm talking about every single thing about its visuals, and that includes, the visual assets and particles when you're fighting and things like that. So that's why I think it's one of the best looking things. And when you literally just take that up-res and put on the PS4, it doesn't feel like it's aged at all, in my opinion. Except obviously the models may look like they're aged, but the actual like particles, they look fine to me. But yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about in terms of the visual and the graphics. Kingdom Hearts 3 shaders is just amazing. I just can't wait to see how it adapts to even other worlds. And like even in like Agrabah's world, just seeing not Agrabah's world, that's not Kingdom Hearts 3. What's that? Hercules' world, Olympus Coliseum. Just seeing how Hades looks. He looks phenomenal. If you look at his fire, it looks freaking amazing. We're in Kingdom Hearts 2, it was literally just a 2D flame. So I just can't wait to see how much more it evolves, if it is going to evolve, and how it's going to evolve, in the future of Kingdom Hearts. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in terms of graphics. Let's get on to Dream Drive. Welcome to Dream Dive, where I talk about the future of Kingdom Hearts and kind of take a deep dive into it and talk about, why I want it, how it can be implemented vaguely, and maybe you guys could tell me in the comments how you'd want it or what you'd want in Kingdom Hearts, etc. And today we're going to be talking about the concept of spin-off Kingdom Hearts games. Now, I'm not like talking about the spin-off Kingdom Hearts games that we got in. Like, if you talk to people who aren't too into the main, fandom of Kingdom Hearts, they're gonna be saying like, Birth by Sleep is spin-off, 350 over 2 days is spin-off, Reaching the Memories is spin-off. The main ones are Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, and obviously that's how they see it. And you can't blame them. To the outsider's perspective, it does seem like that, but obviously if you're on the inside, you know that even if they may be spin-offs because they're not on the main system and they're not a number title, we know that they're very integral to the story and that they really matter to the entirety of Kingdom Hearts, and that if you go straight into Kingdom Hearts 3 without playing those, you are going to be a bit lost at points unless they do a great job of like summarizing everything in Kingdom Hearts 3. But so my topic is like spin-off Kingdom Hearts games, which necessarily don't have to be story centric or like story important, and they could just focus on different things and give us more of a wider spectrum of games for Kingdom Hearts, because I feel like Kingdom Hearts at this point is big enough where they can do this. Almost like all my life I thought of Kingdom Hearts as something that not many people play, and obviously I've been proven wrong just by going online, seeing the amount of people hype for Kingdom Hearts 3. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 was the most talked about game in E3. They had the most something award at E3, where there was like most people talked about Kingdom Hearts 3 or something like that, and that obviously that blows my mind every time. Even till now, I still think no one knows about Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I'll have a point where I'm at university or like I'm talking to someone and we're just talking about video games, and they'll be like, "What's your favorite game?" And every single time someone asks me what's your favorite game, I'm like, "You probably have never heard of this, but Kingdom Hearts." And I just do this subconsciously because to me, it still seems like something that people don't play because I don't really know that much people that play it, honestly. So I always start off like that, and immediately they either know it already and they play it, or they know it and don't play it. Most of the time is they don't play it and they just tell me like, "Come on, man, it looks like it's for kids. What are you doing?" Then I had to try to explain to them like, "No, it's not for kids. It's Disney. I know, but it's kind of cool." But yeah, so that's just kind of a tangent where like Kingdom Hearts is bigger than I think it is, and because of that, I feel like Kingdom Hearts should have a wider spectrum of games. I feel like it doesn't have to be the main story of games, and if Square Enix has a big enough resources, maybe they can have separate teams for separate types of games. And the reason I'm even thinking about this is because Unchained Key is something I didn't ever expect to happen, and even with Unchained Key, even though that's kind of a spin-off, even that game is so centric and important to Kingdom Hearts 3, which like a lot of us didn't expect. So like when I want a spin-off game, they can be important to the story, but for the most part, I'd like it if they weren't. Basically, I want them to take the spin-off game, I want them to be set in the world of Kingdom Hearts and kind of focus on different things. Now, one idea I have here is that they can have a spin-off Kingdom Hearts game which focuses on multiplayer. So like what that may be, I don't know. It could be any kind of multiplayer focused game, whether that be more of a games of service thing, which I don't really want that much. I feel like my dream Kingdom Hearts game, like dream Final Kingdom Hearts game, which I would love so much, and I kind of hinted on this last episode, is a game which is 2 players, local co-op or online, and you just play through a story with a friend. Now, what the story may be, maybe this one can be connected to the main story. Maybe it can, because not everyone has a second friend. Maybe the second guy could be controlled by AI, I don't know. But I want a game where you can play with a friend, or like in my case it'd be my brother or something, and you could just go through a story with the combat of Kingdom Hearts. And now with the graphics of Kingdom Hearts 3, this would be mind-blowing, because I've always wanted to just like have Kingdom Hearts 2 and pass the controller to my brother. I'm like, "Here, you get to play as Goofy, let's go through this world." That's something that I've always wanted, and obviously it hasn't been a thing, and it may never be a thing. But if Kingdom Hearts gets to a point where they don't want it, where they have enough resources to separate into teams and make spin-offs, I would love if they were able to make a game like that. And it's possible now. There are games that do this. There was a game recently, I can't remember the name. It's basically a game that the guy who made the guy who became a meme at the Game Awards, where he basically said to F the Oscars, that guy, he has a game where it's you and a friend go through a story, and it's a split screen game, and at points you guys join together, play together, and then like separate part of the stories and play. And what was pretty like, I don't know if it's revolutionary, but to me it seemed revolutionary about the game is basically what the creator of the game did is that it's meant to play with someone, right? And what you can do is just, buy one copy of the game and obviously play with someone that's with you. But a lot of the times, adults these days, obviously, they don't live so close to their friends or whatever, and they can't, play with their friends in real life. And there should be some kind of online component. So basically, what the creator of the game did was that if you buy one copy, you technically have two copies. So every copy of the game comes with a token, like a digital token where you can gift to a friend and they can get a free copy of the game, and because of that you guys can play together. That honestly blew my mind. I'm like, what is this revolutionary idea? Why aren't we doing this yet? And honestly, it's not, I feel like it doesn't happen as much today, because as much as I don't want to admit it, local co-op games are just two-player games or co-op adventures, I feel like, are kind of dying in a certain way. I know it's still being held up by like smaller games, like more independent games, indie games. It still happens, and on the Switch they obviously still cultivate that. But I mean, in the mainstream, I hate that it's going away. Like on the PS4, you really don't see, other than maybe like some indie games, and like some maybe actually no, not even AAA games. Like AAA games don't really focus on two players anymore, and that's something that used to be a big focus, I feel like, in games. And that's what I grew up on. I feel like every game I used to play on the PS2 or the PS3, like Little Big Planet, Ratchet Deadlock, anything like that, it was always with my brother, and that's how we just played games. And then as like I'm in the PlayStation ecosystems, and as that evolved, we just got less and less games like that, and that's kind of sad for me to see. So hopefully that is something that we could see more. And going back to the topic of Kingdom Hearts, that's a game I want to see in the Kingdom Hearts series, where it is just an adventure with you and someone, and you go through. Maybe these characters are like new Kingdom Hearts characters. Maybe it's Sora and Riku. Maybe it's some weird spin-off with Goofy and Donald with Mickey or some shit. I don't know what it could be, but basically I want some kind of spin-off which could focus on multiplayer. And remember, this topic isn't about multiplayer, it's about spin-off Kingdom Hearts games. So if there's any other spin-off Kingdom Hearts game, we could do that. I don't know what I feel like they could have spin-offs for so much things. I feel like they could have like a $20 short 4 to 6 hours experience of a gummy ship game if they wanted to. And while that might not be that interesting to me, I feel like to some people that'd be pretty awesome if they, like, imagine a full game with like a full resources of a team just for gummy ships, and they make a game like that. I feel like that'd be cool. That's what I mean by spin-off Kingdom Hearts games. Basically branch out to different genres and see what sticks, and see what games we get at Kingdom Hearts. And I could tell, like right now, a lot of people would kind of hate this. To be like, you kind of diluting the Kingdom Hearts space, and some of these games could be bad. But like, I'm like, why not? Like, I'm not saying to deviate from the main Kingdom Hearts team. These will obviously be different teams doing this, but I feel like at this point, since how big Kingdom Hearts is, I feel like we should be getting kind of more things on Kingdom Hearts. And I feel like this will kind of create different branches of Kingdom Hearts, where some guy could be like, maybe the main Kingdom Hearts story isn't something that gels with me, but I think this game is cool because he likes ship games, like space shooter games. He likes the gummy ship game, and that's something he's a real fan of, even though he may not be a fan of the main Kingdom Hearts games. And maybe through that he will become a fan of Kingdom Hearts, and because of that I feel like you can have more entry points for fans, because right now to become a Kingdom Hearts fan you have to play through a lot of games. And while it has become easier with the collections on the PlayStation 4, it is still kind of hard to get really into it. Like, if you want to get into Kingdom Hearts, you're getting into Kingdom Hearts. So one thing we have, which is a story to 3, this one saga, and that's why it's gonna be kind of cool when we move on to the next saga of Kingdom Hearts, where if someone wants to jump in there, hopefully they can. Hopefully they don't really have to play the rest, and it's gonna be kind of like a new take on Kingdom Hearts where anybody else can jump in, and that's something they could just get to enjoy. So whatever spin-off games, like, so that's pretty much like the main topic I wanted to talk about, spin-off games. And the one that I mainly talked about was obviously the one with local multiplayer and like the gummy ship one. But if there's any other spin-off game ideas you have, let me know down in the comments below. I'm gonna end this video. My throat, oh god, my throat, as you can probably tell, it's very dry. I've been reading all day for my classes, and I read out loud, and these videos are making my voice go away, goddamn. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to let me know down in the comments below if you have ideas for any of these segments. Let me know if you have any ideas for a spin-off Kingdom Hearts game, or if you want to talk about the graphics of Kingdom Hearts, if there's something that stuck out to you, like how I talked about the particles. Maybe you didn't even notice it, but to me it was such a huge thing. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, guys. If you just want to share it on social media, I'd really appreciate it. It really does affect the performance of these videos, and I really appreciate it. Check me out on audio servers if you want to. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and even more. Links in the description. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.